Welcome back to Garden Guru. If your garden feels stuck, slow, disappointing, or like nothing is really growing the way you hoped, this video is for you. Let's get into it. One of the most discouraging things in gardening is putting in the effort, watering, planting, checking on things every day, and still feeling like the garden is just not doing much. The good news is that when a garden stalls, it usually is not because of one mysterious, impossible problem. Usually, it comes down to a few basic things that are out of place. So in this video, I want to walk through 7 of the most common reasons a garden is not growing well, and more importantly, how to check them without getting overwhelmed. This is not about blaming you. It is about troubleshooting in a smart, practical way. And even if you mainly grow vegetables, these ideas apply pretty broadly across the garden. Problem 1. Not enough sun. This is one of the biggest reasons gardens underperform, especially vegetable gardens. A lot of people underestimate how much sun their space actually gets. A yard may feel bright, a bed may look sunny for part of the day, but many plants, especially vegetables, want more direct sun than beginners realize. If a garden is not getting enough light, growth often slows down. Plants may stretch, lean, stay small, or look weak and thin. They may survive, but they do not really thrive. This is especially important with crops like tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers, squash, and many herbs. If your garden is not growing well, one of the first questions to ask is, how many hours of direct sun is this space actually getting? Not dappled light, not general brightness, direct sun. Sometimes the problem is not the plant, it is the location. Problem 2. Poor soil or low nutrients. If sun is one of the biggest above-ground reasons a garden struggles, soil is one of the biggest below-ground reasons. Plants grow from the roots up, so if the soil is compacted, low in nutrients, poorly draining, or just generally weak, the plant often cannot put on healthy growth even if everything else seems fine. This shows up in different ways. Slow growth, pale leaves, weak stems, small harvests, plants that just seem stuck. And this can happen in in-ground beds, raised beds, and containers. A lot of beginner gardeners focus on what is happening above the soil line, but the soil itself may be the real bottleneck. Sometimes the fix is better soil structure. Sometimes it is compost. Sometimes it is a balanced fertilizer. Sometimes it is simply that the planting mix has been used up and needs refreshing. If your garden is not growing, do not just look at the leaves. Look at what the roots are trying to grow in. Problem 3. Watering too often or not enough. This is another big one because both extremes can create very similar frustration. If a garden is too dry, plants slow down because they are stressed. They may wilt, stop growing, or stay small because they are constantly trying to survive rather than thrive. But if the garden is watered too often, that can also cause trouble. Roots need oxygen as well as moisture. So when soil stays soggy, roots can struggle, growth can stall, and plants can start looking yellow or weak. That is why watering problems are so tricky. People often think, it looks bad, so I should water more. But sometimes the real issue is the opposite. A better question is, what is the soil actually doing? Is it dry a couple inches down? Is it staying wet too long? Is the watering consistent or all over the place? A lot of gardens do better with fewer, deeper waterings than constant, shallow ones. So if things are not growing, it is worth checking whether the problem is not just watering, but watering pattern. Problem 4. Plants are too crowded. This is a classic beginner issue because when you plant, everything looks small. It is very easy to think, I can fit one more here. And then a few weeks later, the garden becomes a traffic jam. When plants are too crowded, they compete for light, water, nutrients, and airflow. That slows growth and can also increase pest and disease problems. Crowded plants often stay weaker than they should because each plant is fighting for limited space. This is especially common in vegetable beds with lettuce, carrots, tomatoes, basil, peppers, and seedlings that were never thinned properly. A garden can look full and still be underperforming. Sometimes fuller is not better. Sometimes the reason nothing seems to be growing well is that too many plants are trying to occupy the same space. Problem 5. Wrong plant, wrong season. This is one of the most overlooked garden problems because people often assume that if a plant is sold locally, now must be the right time for it. But seasonal fit matters a lot. Some plants want cool weather. Some want real warmth. Some hate cold soil. Some bolt or struggle when heat arrives. So if you plant a warm season crop too early, it may just sit there doing almost nothing. And if you keep a cool season crop going too far into hot weather, it may decline, bolt, or fail to produce well. This is why timing matters so much with vegetables. A tomato planted into chilly spring conditions may not die, but it may stall. Lettuce pushed into hot weather may not grow the way you want either. So if the garden is not growing, it is worth asking, is this actually the right plant for these conditions right now? Sometimes the plant is healthy enough, it is just in the wrong season. Problem 6. Pests or disease pressure. Not all stalled growth is caused by light, water, or soil. Sometimes the plant is being actively stressed by pests or disease. This is where a garden can look off even when the broader setup seems mostly right. Maybe leaves have holes. Maybe they are curling. Maybe they are yellowing in a strange pattern. Maybe growth tips are distorted. Maybe the plant looks like something is bothering it, even if you cannot tell right away what it is. This is where it helps to slow down and inspect. Look under leaves. Look at stems. Look for chewing damage, sticky residue, spots, mildew, or insect clusters. A small pest issue or disease issue can quietly hold a plant back long before it becomes a total disaster. And the earlier you catch it, the easier it usually is to manage. So if your garden is not growing, do not just think about care. Also think about pressure. Something may be interfering with the plant. Problem 7. Expecting instant results. This one is a little different, but it matters a lot. Sometimes the garden is not failing. Sometimes the gardener is just expecting results faster than the garden can realistically give them. And honestly, that is incredibly common. Seeds take time. Transplants take time to settle in. Perennials take time to establish. Shrubs often spend a while rooting in before they put on obvious top growth. Even vegetable gardens can have a phase where everything feels slower than expected. That does not always mean something is wrong. Sometimes it just means the plant is in an early stage. This is especially important for beginners because it is easy to interpret not exploding with growth yet as something is wrong. Sometimes that is true, but sometimes the right diagnosis is simply give it a little more time. A garden is not an instant gratification system, and a lot of frustration comes from expecting mature performance from plants that are still getting established. So if your garden is not growing the way you hoped, here is a good order to check things in. First, check the light. Is the garden actually getting enough direct sun? Second, check the soil. Does it support growth, or is it likely the bottleneck? Third, check watering. Is the plant too dry, too wet, or just inconsistent? Fourth, check spacing. Are the plants too crowded to really thrive? Fifth, check the seasonal fit. Is this the right plant for these conditions right now? Sixth, inspect for pests or disease. Is something actively holding the plant back? And seventh, ask whether the real issue might be time. Are you expecting growth faster than the plant can reasonably give it? That troubleshooting order helps because it keeps you from jumping straight to random fixes. A lot of gardeners immediately think, I need fertilizer. And sometimes that is true. But a lot of stalled gardens are really a sun problem, a watering problem, a spacing problem, or a timing problem. So before you throw more products at the issue, start with the basics. If you work through those one by one, you will usually get much closer to the real reason the garden is struggling. And once you know the reason, the fix becomes a lot easier. Well, there you have it. I hope this helped you feel more confident about figuring out why your garden isn't growing and what to check first. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep getting your hands sturdy. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to Garden Guru, and I'll see you in the next one.